President Trump warning 8 key NATO allies that they will face 10% tariffs next month if they don't support the U.S. controlling Greenland. In a text to Norway's prime minister, President Trump doubling down, saying Denmark can't protect Greenland from Russia or China, and questioning Denmark's right of ownership over the island. The president also bringing that up, that he didn't get the Nobel Peace Prize, and that's because he, quote, no longer feels an obligation to think purely of peace. The threat of new U.S. tariffs now prompting European leaders to hold an emergency meeting, pushing back as they flock to Greenland's defense. White House correspondent Karen Travers and foreign correspondent Marcus Moore join me now. Karen, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent now weighing in, says the U.S. needs to control the island as a matter of national security. Here's what he told Fox.
If there were an attack on Greenland from Russia, from some other area, we would get dragged in. So better now, peace through strength, make it part of the United States, and there will not be a conflict, because the United States right now, we are the hottest country in the world. We are the strongest country in the world. The Europeans project weakness. The U.S. projects strength.
But with this new text, is Trump actually concerned about national security?
Kira, that text also ended from the president by saying, quote, the world is not secure unless we have complete and total control of Greenland. So he is still saying that in his view, this is a national security issue for the United States. But it was really extraordinary to see the president put it in writing to the leaders of Norway and Finland that he is upset about not winning the Nobel Peace Prize, and that he is factoring that potentially into this calculation for acquiring Greenland. Now, of course, it is not the government of Norway that awards the Nobel Peace Prize, something that the leader there made very clear, saying it is the independent Nobel Committee, not the Norwegian government. But on the tariff threat, too, there is major pushback from the president saying that he would put this 10% tariff in place in just a couple of days if the United States is not able to purchase Greenland. And that tariff would go up to 25% in a couple of months if the purchase has not gone through. Pushback from very key U.S. allies. And now the question is, does the president go through with this? Is there some off-ramp? Kira, he's traveling to Davos this week for the World Economic Forum, where there will be other European world leaders who will be there. This will now certainly be overshadowing that meeting this week.
Oh, yeah. And Marcus, after this emergency meeting, how did European leaders decide to respond to Trump's threat?
Well, right now, Kira, it would seem that they are really trying to express unity in Europe and wanting to de-escalate this situation, and certainly wanting to prevent the prospect of any type of trade war, which is what could potentially lie ahead if these tariffs are put into place. There's some discussion that perhaps the European countries would then retaliate with their own tariffs on U.S. exports to Europe. And so the concern is not only the impact that would have on the relationship between the U.S. And European countries, but Kira, also the impact that it would have on everyday people, particularly those who work in the automotive industry, say in Germany or in the United Kingdom, what these tariffs could mean for their economies and their jobs. So again, the message that the Europeans really seem to be trying to portray at this point is that they will not back down, and that they don't appreciate the pressure that's being put on Greenland and potentially the other countries through tariffs, and that they want to continue the dialogue, Kira.
Karen Travers and Marcus Moore, thank you.